Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to today's edition of Intuitive Angling, and thank you very much for making some time out of your day to visit the channel and watch the video. It's always much grateful for that. And guys, today I'm going to show you what is rapidly becoming my favorite springtime lure color as far as any type of a crankbait or jerkbait besides red. I mean, everybody knows that red and oranges are really good in the spring, but I've got one here, guys. The last 2 or 3 years, I've been catching a bunch of fish on it in February, March, and April. And I'm going to show you what it is, and I'm also going to describe the conditions and the water scenarios that it works best in today's video. Also, guys, a big thank you to everybody that's been hitting the subscribe button out there to Intuitive Angling. Thank you very much for that. And also, anybody that's interested in booking an on-the-water lesson with me, just shoot me a private message on my Facebook page, Randy Blockett Professional Angler, and I'll give you all the details for that. Okay, guys, I'm going to show you right off the bat what this is, and then I'm going to explain to you the scenarios that it works in. And it's a color specifically made by Megabass, and it's called Secret Gill. It's a real subtle sort of a bluegill pattern here. And guys, for whatever reason, the last 2 or 3 years, anytime that there is a crawdad pattern crankbait bite going on, I have done better on this Secret Gill color than any other color out there. Also, guys, they carry these at Tackle Warehouse. I'll put the Tackle Warehouse link in the description if you guys want to pick them up. Megabass, every lure that they make pretty much comes in the Secret Gill color. This is the Megabass S-Crank 1.5 right here, which is one of my favorite springtime crankbaits out there. But you can see it's a nice subtle sort of a bluegill pattern. And the thing about this is I don't necessarily think it's because the fish feed on bluegills that much in the springtime of the year. To me, it's more of a color, the way the color looks in the water this time of year under certain conditions. And I'll sort of go over to you the ideal scenario for that. Now, how I figured this out is I was fishing at Table Rock about 3 years ago, and I was doing the typical spring deal. I was cranking all the crawdad pattern wiggle warts and the orange ones and all that type of stuff, typical springtime lures. And I wasn't doing that good. And I had a couple boxes with me, and I just started experimenting because this one bank that I was fishing, I always catch them on it, you know, this time of year. And this particular one, I'd never tried it before. And I just pulled it out, the Secret Gill here, and ran it through the water. And immediately when I ran it through the water, it looked perfect. And what I'm talking about when I say it looks perfect is when that lure was in the water, it had the perfect combination of subtleness where it sort of blended in, yet it had the perfect combination of something that stood out a little bit. So it stood out subtly, it blended in subtly, it just looked perfect in the water clarity. And immediately I started catching them on it. And I wound up catching probably 8 or 10 on it that day. And then ever since then, it's become one of my favorite baits in the springtime of the year. So this is what you have to have from what I've seen for this thing to work. The main thing is you've got to have the exact right water visibility for this, and also the right water tint. The tint needs to be sort of that greenish tint. A lot of times it comes in the spring. And then you need to have water visibility anywhere between, say, 15 inches to at the very most, maybe 22 to 24 inches. Sort of that, you know, 1.5 to 2 foot of visibility is perfect for this thing. And I think a lot of it has to do with how certain colors, as far as the colors they have, as far as how they look in that water visibility in relationship to your light intensity out there. Now, the best scenario for me had been on this is basically cranking it down shady, rocky banks where the water visibility is about 1.5 or 2 foot of visibility. And for whatever reason, they just reacted to it. Maybe it's in the springtime of the year, they see everybody out there throwing red and orange. I mean, literally, if you go fishing on a rocky man-made impoundment, or even in Florida, even in Florida or Texas, it's all red rattle traps, red, brown, green, orange, wiggle warts and rock crawlers. That's what everybody throws. And the fish just don't see something like this Secret Gill here. So I just wanted to throw a bone to you guys. If you guys want to try something different this spring, it's called Secret Gill. Put the Tackle Warehouse link in the description. Just click on whatever hard bait you like, scroll down till you see Secret Gill, and that's the pattern for it. But man, this thing looks really good in the water. You guys, until you see it, you can't really appreciate what I'm talking about here. But anyway, I just want to share it with you to help you guys catch a few more fish. If you want to try something different and you get burned out on throwing the reds and oranges and green craws and green phantom craws, it's just something different they don't see that might add up to a few more fish for you guys. So hope you guys are well. We'll talk later.